Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over the top teams for the Plague Creeper on hard and epic difficulty. Let's get right into it. We'll lead it off with the more free-to-play friendly teams, and then we will come to the overall top team of today. Okay, we have a first free-to-play team version, not using any Celestial Hypogean. And not using even Bonnie. So I do consider this a pretty free-to-play friendly team. Sonya buffing up Odie and Lily May, Mikola up in the front, and then Coco in the back. You can run the Star Shard spell if you haven't completed the main story yet in order to get the Frostfall spell. But if you have completed it, it'll probably be better for you to run the Frostfall spell. We'll go right into the run here. This team has managed to defeat the Plague Creeper boss today on hard difficulty, and we're probably also going to be clearing it with this team as well. But I will show you guys another team you can try on hard difficulty if you have Reinier built up to Mythic Plus, which might make it even easier for you to clear hard mode. We'll show that after this because that team can also work on epic pretty well as well. But the good news is that Lily May is not a bad damage dealer here. Neither is Odie. He's a pretty good option too. And I think a lot of people out there would have them built, and so that is an advantage. Mikola and Sonya, yeah. And this is going to be an execution. 23 seconds left and 21 seconds left. Execution. So, but of course, like, the investment on this account is very high. Levels are also high. However, the level cap is 525 today, I believe. And if you're able to hit 521 resonating level, that is your big power boost. Because every one level, like 521, 531, that is when you gain the biggest boost of stats. And if you can get like your Odie, or Lily May, up to that higher level, then that is really going to help you clear it. As well as the charms. Magic charms are going to make a big impact. Definitely try to get the epic charms onto Odie. And even Sonya, I think, is not a bad investment. Lily May, I would not go for unless you're a really like limited player, like a player with limited options, because generally Lily May is not the greatest option, but she can be in some of like the backup teams. Okay, so here we have the a budget version with Reinier Mythic Plus. This is also cleared hard mode today, and it should do it even easier because it's using Reinier. Bonnie is better, however, you can use Lily May rather than Bonnie in the same position as Bonnie. So for example, we can swap out Bonnie and put in Lily May right in the same position, and this team will also be very effective, but Bonnie is going to be a bit better, and we're going to run it on epic difficulty to see how it does. So if you have Bonnie built, then go for this team. If you don't have Bonnie, no problem, you can replace her for Lily May and end up doing pretty well as well. Again, the team comp is very similar to the previous team we showed, free-to-play version. You're going to have a healer, an attack buffer, which is Smokey. In the previous team was Mikola. You have Coco in both teams. You have Odie as your damage dealer. And in the previous team, we had Sonya, Lily May. And here we have Reinier, Bonnie for ramping up damage even faster. But yeah, both are going to be good team options. And again, you can run the Star Shard spell if you want to. Basically, whenever you see Frostfall spell, Star Shard spell is going to be almost just as good, because it has the same effect. Every time you cast a certain number of ultimates, your team is going to deal damage onto the opponent based on the total team attack. Okay, but I mean, if you have the Frostfall spell, time to break it out and begin using it, because it is a really powerful artifact. Okay, there we go. That was a really good score. That is going to be 10.5 billion damage, 38% of the boss's health on epic difficulty using the Bonnie. And I mean, I would recommend get the Reinier charms, get the Odie charms up to epic, because Bonnie isn't used in as many bosses as the other two. Odie and Reinier are way more used. I think settle for the purple charms, which are elite, onto Bonnie for right now. I wouldn't recommend crafting them. Okay, now we have Kakabi's team, which is twins only, no Reinier. So if you have the twins built up, ideally you want the Twins Supreme Plus for maximum effect. That is going to be a big score boost. And you can have Elijah in the back, Lila in the front, Odie and Coco linked up by the Stellar Bond, and Sonya buffing up Odie and Bonnie. Again, a team involving Bonnie. This team is, again, pretty similar to... all of the teams are really similar to each other. Because you have, like, rather than Reinier here, you have Sonya as a buffer. Rather than Smokey here for the healer, you have the twins for the healing. You still have Coco, you still have Odie and Bonnie as your damage. And this really is also going to kind of show you guys that depending on which heroes you have, you can replace certain heroes for other options. Like Reinier, okay, if you don't have Reinier, you can replace for Sonya as a buffer. Like rather than debuffing the opponent, you can buff your own team. If you are not running Smokey, you can run Mikola. If you're not running Mikola, you can run the twins. You know, they all kind of fulfill the same kind of role in the team. But the damage dealers Odie Lily May or Odie Bonnie are optimal, but Lily May is like the second best. And don't worry, today is going to be Harak Day because of course it is a Plague Creeper boss. This is the time where Harak can unleash his full potential and can finally eat. He's been hungry the whole week, or 8 days rather, but now he can finally eat these slime balls, which he probably doesn't even want to eat, but he's so hungry he doesn't have a choice. So that's going to be 13.5 billion, and that is going to be 49%, very respectable score. Odie, yeah, great team. I'm a fan of that team, and it is a great option if you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, but you do have the Twins build. Yeah, because keep in mind, this is not the Primal Lord. In the Primal Lord, you do not need to have Reinier at Mythic Plus, but in Dream Realm, you always need to have Reinier at Mythic Plus. Okay, main Phraesto in front of Harak. It is time for Harak. No Reinier Harak team. We're going to show first of all Illusion in front of Mikola, Bonnie, and Sonya. Sonya buffing up Bonnie and the Harak with the Frostfall spell because that has become the dominant artifact now. Okay, now this is a great team. The Illusion is going to be devoured first because your Harak will always devour in the order that you set in the formation. And I believe the next devour is going to be Mikola. Yep, going to be Mikola, and then finally going to be Phraesto. If need be, he will devour Mikola, because you have all of these different Plague Rots that he will be killing, and that will reset the duration of his Flesh Feast, and until that buff wears off, he will not need to devour again. But there he goes, he's going to devour the Mikola next. Main Phraesto is still alive, and taking a lot of damage from the Plague Creeper boss. I wonder if maybe... I don't know how bad the RNG was there, because... I was wondering maybe that main Phraesto could have survived, because then we could have potentially killed the main Phraesto with the Devourer rather than the other one in the back. I think maybe we got a little bit of bad RNG. And another thing about this team comp is you can run it, and I have the Harak charms. If you're going to run Harak, you should try to get his epic charms. But the thing is, it's a real luxury, because if you have other bigger priorities, don't go for Harak charms, because he's only really used in Plague Creeper as the best option. But yeah, I mean, with this team from Mika, you can run the Odie rather than Bonnie in the same position. Like if you don't have Bonnie built, you can still run this team, it will be good. You're going to have to do a couple of runs to get good RNG there, because it did look like the main Phraesto, he was almost alive in time for Harak to devour him, and that would have been great because then Bonnie could live in the back. But then Bonnie got devoured early because the main Phraesto died. I think there was some bad RNG there. But either way, let's move on to the next team. Now we have this team come up with by Vivi and Jake, team effort. It is going to be Elijah in the back, Lila in the front, Talene. And with the overcharge spell, and this is really interesting because this is basically showing you that, yeah, you don't need Harak. Like, Talene, this is the second best team out there today. As long as you do enough runs, eventually you're going to get the top score. But again, I don't know if I would recommend going for epic charms onto Talene. Like, she would be a high priority. She's probably the next one I would try to upgrade. But, not as important in my opinion as like Odie or Reinier, who are used in almost all of the teams. But yeah, I think Talene will be pretty important. It's kind of because the upgrade of the epic charms onto Talene is kind of really just for her stats that she gains from it, because the effect is not going to change much. Like a bit of boosted energy generation per second from 30 to 35, I think that is not a big deal. It really is just the stats that you're going to be doing it for. But that is a worthwhile investment, but eventually. Okay, so far so good. 30 seconds left. This is a great team, a very good team, and yeah, showing you that even if you don't have Harak, you can compete for the top scores in Plague Creeper using Talene, because any boss that Harak does well in, Talene will also do well in, because Harak dominates the summoning bosses, and Talene, of course, also dominates summons where there are a lot of enemies that you can hit with her AoE damage. Okay, I think another thing... Oh no, I don't know. I think it was just kind of bad RNG with the Harak team, to be honest, because we should have gotten We should have gotten, like, it should have been the third best score, but we ended up getting even worse than the other team that we showed right before, the Twins team. But this is going to be a great team, and I think this was a pretty solid run, getting a good score. 53% of the boss's health, 14.6 billion. Yeah, I think that is a good score. Okay, but now it is time to bring out the final boss, which is come up with by Crow. With the overcharge spell, however, it is recommended to do a couple of runs with Frostfall spell because that might be better. And it's going to be Elijah in the back, which is the blue in the back, Lila in the front, which is the pink-haired. Harak is going to be behind the Reinier, and Harak charms, Reinier charms, twin charms are all really important for this comp. Overcharge spell, let's go for it. We'll do one run. And we'll check the RNG. Basically, you guys know it, that all Harak teams have RNG. Now, definitely lower RNG because of the fact that you know exactly which order he's going to devour your allies in. But I think it will then come down to, will your allies survive long enough for them to be devoured, or will he have to move on to the next hero in line, which that was what happened and was a problem with the Bonnie team that we tried. Okay, now Harak is pretty ramped up, 48 seconds left. Yeah, like Reinier died right there, which is not great, but I guess, is Harak going to eat the twins now? Yeah, Harak is going to devour the twins, and that was always going to happen. Oh no, it's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to devour I think the Reinier first, because the Reinier is actually positioned, I believe. No, he's not. Okay, twins were always going to be devoured first. Okay, then that's fine that the Reinier died, but look at this. This is ridiculous. 0 seconds left, 17 billion damage. I was not expecting to get a score that high. On our first run as well. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, Harak charms definitely are playing a big role. And this shows you, again, Harak is the beast shark for Plague Creeper. No one can dethrone him from Plague Creeper this season. Pre-end this, post-end this, there's no way. You're getting... Yeah, like we got, I think, insane luck. I don't even want to do any more runs after that. Because honestly speaking, I've seen what other people have gotten for scores. And I was thinking like... You know, even if I got like 16.2 billion, I would be happy with it. We got 17 billion, which is ridiculous. Overcharge spell. I will do one run of Frostfall spell just to check it out and see how things are different. Maybe we can do another run of the Phraesto team as well, because I feel like we didn't do justice to that comp, and I want to try it again. Okay, like this was really perfect. Harak devoured the Reinier, which is really good, right? Seems even better than the previous run. I don't know. Okay, let's see what happens. Because if I remember correctly, I guess Harak did devour the Reinier last time as well. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Now the twins get devoured. Mikola is alive, buffing up. I mean, the positioning, like, so far, the run is looking amazing. Like, in every way, everything's going as perfect as possible. I wonder if we're going to get a new record with this Frostfall. It's possible. Like, we're doing it. We're doing it. One more ultimate. Wow, really close. Really, really, really close to the record that we set. Or actually not even that close. We got 17 billion. Yeah, we're not beating that. That was like a perfect one, I think, with Frostfall spell. Okay, now we're going to show you that Phraesto team again. Mika's team. I want to run it. I'm going to skip runs a couple of times until we get a decent score. And I'm looking for like 45% of the boss's health. Okay, I mean, that looks pretty good, right? Isn't that good? 49.6, that's 13.7 billion. If we compare it to the other scores that we got, yeah, I'm happy with that. That is going to take it above the position of the Twins comp, which is where it should belong. Like, it is, this Harak team is going to be good, but it's going to be RNG reliant. And you can swap out Bonnie for Odie as well and do fine. But anyway, guys, I'll just do one quick run of Bonnie, like, swap out Bonnie for Odie. We'll just skip it and see what score we can get. Because, yeah, just to show you guys that you don't need to run Bonnie here. And this is actually, if you have Harak built, you probably have Phraesto too. There we go, 12.7 billion. Not amazing, but, I mean, I think it's fine overall. And I think with good RNG, you could get better than that. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the teams today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Good luck getting a top score in Plague Creeper today and getting good rewards. And that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you want to chat with me more, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But until then, I see you guys there or in the next video, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.